This is Randy Bell with a special edition of the Courier podcast. A sewage line problem is causing a major traffic disruption at Springridge Road and Broadway Street. I talked to City Public Works Director Philip Lilly.
Right here we have a collapsed sewer line. It's an old concrete sewer line. And looking at the hole, it seems like the complete concrete pipe has disintegrated. It's disappeared. Where it might have flowed for a little while, now the tunnel that encased or wrapped around the pipe has pretty much collapsed down. Now we're not getting any flow through.
You've got a pump and some like fire hose kind of pipe there.
Yes, sir. This right here is called a bypass pump. I went ahead and made the decision yesterday when we were made aware of it to go ahead and install this bypass pump. Everything behind us, McDonald's and all the shopping places behind us, flow into these manholes and go across Springridge Road. Well, this bypass pump keeps all of these shopping centers and restaurants from backflowing, from discharging inside the building. You have about 6 to 7 restaurants, a hotel.
It's handling the sewage coming from this side of the street.
Yes, sir.
Temporarily.
The way we bypass, we find the manhole upstream of the obstruction, and we have to get a discharge hose, which is what you see laying on the ground, to the next downstream manhole. All of it's pumping down there. That's why we have Springridge Road shut down, to protect the equipment and the public. These flanges, you see, they stick up about 4 to 5 inches up in the air. I mean, you can imagine the kind of damage it'll do on an oil pan or a drive axle or whatever that's low enough to hit it. It's on an automatic float system, just like how your toilet turns off whenever the float gets up. This turns on when the float gets up. Whenever this manhole here gets to a certain level, it'll kick on the pump and pump this manhole back down, again, to just prevent any kind of backflow inside someone's building.
So obviously it's a temporary solution. What's the permanent solution?
I have a contractor here now. They're looking up everything right now and devising a plan. Hopefully it's not a big bill, but at this point I just want to get the sewer back flowing.
Obviously the pipe's got to be replaced under the street.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're probably going to install a new one. I'm sure they are.
What are we talking about timeline? Are we talking days?
The contractor that we chose, they do good work. Hopefully we'll have something done here between now and I'll say Saturday at worst case scenario. We have to get locates in. That's going to take some time. We have to get materials in. Of course, that takes time. They do have a crew coming. We're in a state of emergency. This is one of our busier streets, this and Highway 80. So at this point, we're just trying to get it done. I think today we just might as well say that today's going to be a planning stage of the project. So we'll say about tomorrow we should be breaking dirt.
By Saturday, hopefully, if all goes well, you'll have a new pipe in and a temporary patch on the road, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Earlier, you had one lane of southbound open. Mm-hmm. Was that just for the rush hour, or has something happened that you've now got to close both?
During our inspection period, of course, even during the construction, we're having a lot of large equipment here. We're going to have to do saw cuts. We're going to have room to dig. The best choice right now would be to go ahead and shut it down, let us get in and get out. Trying to take into consideration the bypass traffic really slows us down. And as I said, this is one of our busier streets, so you can imagine.
Again, that's Philip Lilly, the Public Works Director for the city of Clinton. So here's where we stand now. Springridge Road is closed in both directions, from I-20 to Broadway Street, although northbound traffic can cross the interstate to the westbound entrance ramp to head toward the Clinton-Raymond Road exit and then can backtrack on Highway 80. The Springridge exit on westbound 20 remains closed. Springridge remains open southbound to Broadway, allowing access to all the businesses on the west side of Springridge. Broadway Street is closed, but there is access to the Shell station on the east side of the street from Springridge. However, there is no access to the Chevron and Burger King. This is Randy Bell.